Public Protector Kholeka Gcaleka has concluded that neither the Presidency nor the Department of Defense acted improperly regarding the controversial catering expenses related to the presidential aircraft Inkwazi, amounting to over R500,000. This expenditure surfaced amid scrutiny following the travel to the funeral of Queen Elizabeth in 2022. The investigation stemmed from a complaint lodged by Democratic Alliance leader John Steenhuisen, who claimed extravagant meals were served on board the jet that resulted in catering costs for the flight amounting to 600,000 rand for fewer than 18 guests. The Public Protector, however, found that the actual catering costs for the London flight were less than that, an amount of approximately 139,000 rand. Additionally, the Public Protector carried out 768 investigations during the third quarter of the 2025-26 financial year, which concluded on December 31st. The Public Protector joins me now for this. Advocate Kholeka Gcaleka, thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. Welcome to the show. Let's start with this investigation into the complaint by John Steenhuisen pertaining to the 2022 flight to the funeral of Queen Elizabeth. What was the nature of the complaint and what did the investigation find?
Good evening, Oliver, and good evening to the SABC viewers. The nature of this investigation was on the basis of maladministration and improper conduct by the functionaries in the Presidency as well as that in the Department of Defense regarding the procurement of the catering costs for the aircraft, as you have correctly stated, going to London, as well as the trip to Turkey that ended up being cancelled. What I then found in this is that the allegations were unsubstantiated. Let me first start as to why. The Public Protector's mandate, as I stated earlier, would be in respect of maladministration and improper conduct. Now, in terms of maladministration, we look into what happened, what should have happened. Is there a discrepancy between what happened and what should have happened? And what we found here is that what actually happened was that the total costs were just under 140,000 rands. There were no luxurious items that were procured, as was alleged in the allegation. And secondly, why this Turkey was then cancelled is because the department could not get a clearance for the aircraft, which is a sound reason. But what then happens to the foodstuff which would have been procured? Some of it is left over for future trips, and others is disposed of in line with the handbook. Now, every action that the functionaries acted on is in line with the presidential handbook, and it is also in line with the prescripts and the policy of the South African Defence Force.
Is a cost of 140,000 rand approximately a reasonable cost in line with similar such trips?
I want to emphasize that the Public Protector's mandate is not to establish or investigate fruitless or wasteful expenditure. It's not. Ours is on maladministration and improper conduct.
Thank you for that. I want to move on to a different issue now, and that is the work holistically of the Office of the Public Protector. 2025 was an incredibly busy year, and one would assume 2026 will be even more so busy given the political climate and what is at stake in the local government election. So I have no doubt your office will be inundated with complaints and investigations. But let's reflect on the year 2025. How many complaints did you receive across the year, and how many investigations did you carry out?
We receive about 10,000 complaints across the year, and we would carry out about all of those investigations, but it's what we then finalize. So over the 3 quarters, which caters for the year, but not the financial year, because the financial year ends at the end of March, we have finalized close to just above 2,000 cases through investigations. Some of the cases are finalized through alternative dispute resolution or emergency resolutions or through referrals. But through actual investigations, it would be over 2,000 cases.
Yeah. And do you have a sense of the breakdown in terms of the types of investigations? Are they largely executive ethics code violation investigations? Are they largely maladministration? And which spheres of government do most of the complaints come from? Provincial, local, national? Do you have a sense of that?
Of course. Largely our cases are service delivery related, and then followed by good governance and integrity, which includes Executive Ethics Members Act, which includes irregular appointments, irregular procurements, and those are all under good governance and integrity. And we also have matters resolved through early resolution and of course, through alternative dispute resolution, which is, by the way, now one of our performance indicators, because we want to ensure that those matters which can be quickly resolved are resolved as such, so that we focus the energies on those that require full-scale investigations.
And what does your compliance look like? That is to say, on the implementation of your of the remedial actions.
We've improved significantly. I mean, when you look at the matters now during this quarter, our target is 40%. And by the way, let me state that it's for the very first time in this 5-year plan that remedial action is actually a performance indicator for the public protector, because we deem it important to assess the impact.
Yeah.
Now, the target is 40%. We are sitting at 38.5%, which is almost achieving the target. But when you look at the overall target, considering the previous quarter and the first quarter, we are actually in line and will be achieving our 50% target by the end of the financial year. However, that's not good enough.
Yeah.
We actually want 100%.
Who are the biggest culprits of
because they're binding?
Yeah, who are the biggest culprits of non-compliance as far as the implementation of the remedial actions are concerned?
Municipalities. We have a major challenge with municipalities. It's caused also by the instability both from the political leadership as well as the administrative leadership. And that is very evident when you look at the irregular appointments and number of cases around that we receive from municipalities.
Yeah, and given that municipalities are the biggest culprits of non-compliance, 2026 is a big year with local government elections coming up. What's the plan organizationally in your office for the year that you think should be the big targets?
Well, the big targets for us, we've already set them for the 5-year plan. Firstly, we need to look into systemic investigations precisely to focus on what you are referencing, that municipalities are a major challenge. We need to look at what is the root cause of the challenges that we see in municipalities. So we've already have investigations which have started that are looking into the systemic failures into municipalities in respective areas, and not just in terms of service delivery, but also in terms of matters that have suspicion of corruption, which is your good governance and integrity matters, as to what systemic remedial actions can we actually implement. But more than anything else is our accessibility to the majority of the people of South Africa. We are decentralizing our services. We are putting in place the district model. Yeah. In some areas, for instance, in KwaZulu-Natal, we already have got the model roll out to ensure that the majority of the people are able to access our services.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to leave it there. Thank you so much for your time. Really do appreciate it. That is the Public Protector Advocate Kholeka Gcaleka.